Hello, everyone, and good evening to you all. My name is Felton Parker. Today is Friday, September 27th, 2024. As always, each day is a wonderful day to be blessed by our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And I sincerely hope you folks have a truly blessed and wonderful Friday. What I have for you guys in tonight's video is a list of all the National Day holidays from my National Day calendar segment. That includes my featured National Day holiday. Also tonight in my weather segment, I will let you all know exactly what we're expecting for the entire weekend. That's both tomorrow, which is Saturday, and Sunday, plus through all of next week. So without further ado, on this Friday night, as we're getting ready for another weekend, without further ado, let's get things started here as I begin my National Day calendar segment. And of course, one of my featured National Day holidays is that today was World Tourism Day. On this day, World Tourism Day shines a spotlight on the benefits of tourism. Besides adding economic value to communities, tourism adds social, political, and cultural value. In essence, tourism helps all countries to build a better future. Tourism is big business. In 2018, tourism contributed $8.8 trillion to the global economy. Over recent years, travel and tourism have been the second fastest growing sector in the world. The tourism industry also added 319 million jobs. Despite the amount of jobs tourism creates, there is still work to do. Industry experts believe there is potential for tourism to create even more jobs, especially for women, youth, and individuals in rural areas. By the year 2030, the World Tourism Organization, or UNWTO, an agency of the United Nations, hopes to implement policies that will further advance sustainable tourism. In turn, tourism will create jobs and promote local cultures and products. Each year, a World Tourism Day program is held in a host country. This program consists of video presentations, lectures by members of government, a presentation of National Tourism Awards, and panel discussions. There are also special tours held for international participants. Recent host countries have included India, Egypt, China, Ghana, and Peru. Other events include free admission to amusement parks and cultural venues. Here are other ways to participate. These include research countries that you would like to visit. Learn more about the most visited countries in the world. Some of them include China, Italy, Mexico, Turkey, and Thailand. Maybe you want to help increase tourism in countries that don't get as much. Maybe you want to, in other such countries, even though these are not listed, these include Canada. The other countries not listed, these include Canada, Brazil, France, Italy, Spain, Ireland, Japan, Germany, Portugal, Argentina, to name a few, all those different countries like Turkey, Poland, Denmark. That's Norway. England, the United Kingdom. Oh yeah, Turkey's been listed. Italy's been named. Belgium. No, there's too many for me to name. Maybe you want to help increase tourism in countries that don't get as much. Maybe you want to help increase tourism in countries that don't get as many visitors. These countries include Madagascar, Antigua, Montserrat, and Tonga. Plan a dream vacation. You can also plan a virtual vacation. For those less sure about traveling, learn more. Learn about other cultures. Research important jobs in the tourism industry. Visit a museum or historic landmark in your community that you've never been to. Whatever you do, share hashtag World Tourism Day on social media. Here's the history behind World Tourism Day. In 1979, during a session in Spain, the UNWTO decided to establish World Tourism Day. The first official observance was held 44 years ago today on Saturday, September 27, 1980. The date reflected the anniversary of the adoption of the UNWTO statutes, an event that happened in 1970. World Tourism Day occurs each year during a time when tourism is on the minds of millions of people. While the tourism season is wrapping up in the northern hemisphere, it's just beginning in the southern hemisphere. You know, in the northern hemisphere is attention is turning to cooler climates, and of course tourism is ramping up in the southern hemisphere due to its warmer climate. So right now while it is fall in the northern hemisphere, it is springtime in the southern hemisphere. And I'm going to look up the 2024 World Tourism Day thing. Okay, here's a little more about World Tourism Day. Should you folks need to know? So this year's theme is tourism and peace. And of course, the future of tourism. So here's what's the message from the United Nations Secretary General. Message for World Tourism Day: tourism and peace. Tourism brings people together. Tourism Day, Friday, September 27, 2024. Tourism brings people together. On this World Tourism Day, tourism brings people together. On this World Tourism Day, we reflect on the profound connection between tourism and peace. Sustainable tourism can transform communities, creating jobs, fostering inclusion, and strengthening local economies. By valuing and preserving cultural and natural heritage, it can help reduce tensions and nurture peaceful coexistence. Tourism can also promote economic interdependence between neighbors, encouraging cooperation and peaceful development. And of course, this year's host country is Germany. World Committee on Tourism Ethics Statement on World Tourism Day 2024. The World Committee on Tourism Ethics, an impartial body reporting directly to the World Tourism Organization General Assembly, met under interim chair with the new corporation. After deliberations, the committee agreed to issue the following statement. The World Committee on Tourism welcomes the decision of World Tourism Organization to designate tourism and peace as the theme for World Tourism Day 2024. The theme is particularly timely in light of the current global climate of conflict and division. Recognizing tourism's significant influence in fostering cross-cultural understanding as a foundation for peace and sustainable development, the committee reaffirms the vital role of tourism as a catalyst for peace, mutual understanding, and friendship among people worldwide. Acknowledging the statement of the United Nations Secretary General, building peace is a conscious, bold, and even radical act, and guided by Article 1 of the UN Tourism Global Code of Ethics for Tourism. The committee calls for all efforts to support peace negotiations in conflict-affected destinations, adhering to the fundamental principles of the United Nations Charter. The World Committee on Tourism Ethics interprets, implements, and evaluates the provisions of the UN Tourism Global Code of Ethics for Tourism, promotes ethical principles, and monitors their practical application by the private sector, including the right to tourism. Tourism should always serve as a reminder of the importance of dialogue, peace, tolerance, and mutually beneficial interactions between people and countries. So again, just to keep you guys in the know, the World Tourism Day theme for 2024 is tourism and peace. And that is not, and of course, not only, and of course, and that's not the only thing we celebrated today on the National Day calendar. course, was national. Today was National Chocolate Milk Day. Each year on this day, so today was National Chocolate Milk Day. Each year on this day, today of course was National Chocolate Milk Day. Each year on this day, folks enjoy tall. Each year on this day, folks enjoy tall frosted glass and celebrate National Chocolate Milk Day. Pour yourself a glass and have a seat. It's time to kick back to learn about chocolate milk. Each year on this day, folks enjoy a tall frosted glass to celebrate National Chocolate Milk Day. Pour yourself a glass and have a seat. It's time to kick back to learn about chocolate milk. In the late 1680s, an Irish-born physician by the name of Sir Hans Sloane invented the chocolatey beverage that became known as chocolate milk. Sloane was offered the position of personal physician to an English duke in Jamaica. Sloane jumped at the opportunity because Jamaica interested the naturalist in him. While in Jamaica, Sloane encountered a local beverage. The locals mixed cocoa and water together. However, when Sloane tasted it, Sloane tasted it. He reported the flavor to be nauseating. Sloane would experiment with the beverage and found a way to combine cocoa with milk. The creamy combination made it a more pleasant tasting drink. He later returned to England with the chocolate recipe in hand. Initially, apothecaries introduced the concoction as a medicine. Generations later, chocolate milk lovers enjoy their treat in a variety of ways. It can be purchased pre-mixed by the jug or individual serving. For a custom mix, powders and syrups allow us to make it as chocolatey as we like it at home. When it comes to enjoying chocolate milk, there are so many ways to do it. Premix or powder. How about chocolate syrup? Like Hershey's or Nesquik. I remember watching. How about Hershey's or Nesquik? You can also choose from skim, 2%, and whole milk. And don't forget almond, cashew, coconut, or oat milk. Which one makes up the best chocolate milk? Mix up some chocolate milk to drink. Invite a friend to enjoy the celebration with you. Besides, the best way to celebrate every day is with others. So, I was told that although I was a chocolate milk drinker, I never really liked it. I was told that's all I would drink as a child. And of course, I had to accustom to myself as I got older to begin drinking the all-natural white milk itself. So today was about the chocolate milk, and so besides today being National Chocolate Milk Day, alongside World Tourism Day, today also was National Gay Men's HIV/AIDS Awareness. Today also was National Gay Men's HIV/AIDS Awareness Day, National Day of Forgiveness, National Scarf Day, National Braid Day, National Corned Beef Hash Day. Also today was National Crush a Can Day. And those are your listings for my National Day Calendar segment here on this Friday, the last Friday in the month of September. So let's see what famous Americans have had their birthday celebrated on this day that we know of. Okay, here are the following famous celebrities that from the Famous Birthdays website that have celebrated a birthday today, whose names that you see or hear often. Excuse me. Today, TV actress Jenna Ortega turns 22. Rapper Lil Wayne turns 42. DJ Tamika Haywood turns 39. Pop singer Avril Lavigne turns 40. Rock singer Mitski turns 34. Pop singer Keo turns 23. Movie actress Gwyneth Paltrow turns 52. TV actress Julian Chase Spader turns 22. TV actress Anna Camp turns 42. Basketball coach Steve Kerr turns 59. TV actor JoJo Tutu, rapper Trick Daddy turns 51. Sportscaster Kathy Kelly turns 36. Voice actress Debbie Derryberry turns 57, and soccer player Francesco Totti turns 48. Those are the famous people who have celebrated their birthdays today. Here on this last Friday of September 27th. Especially in the entertainment world. And now we're gonna draw our attention to your weather. And of course, let us keep in mind and not forget that our condolences, thoughts, and prayers go out to the victims that have been affected by very damaging, devastating Hurricane Helene. So our condolences, thoughts, and prayers go out to families and friends. Our condolences, prayers, and thoughts go out to families and friends who have been affected through the path of Hurricane Helene as a dangerous Category 4 storm, which had made landfall across the Florida Gulf Coast last night, affecting the states of Florida and Georgia, as well as portions of Tennessee and Kentucky throughout today. So, nothing like that here. Just a beautiful. That's what gave us a very beautiful, nice and peaceful and pleasant Friday and into the work week. Just such a perfect night for those area high school football games tonight. Look for increasing clouds this evening, but cool and comfortable conditions are expected as temperatures fall into the lower to mid 60s. Just about perfect for this time of year. Totally September-like. Isolated showers may develop this evening and overnight across the eastern sections of southwest Arkansas into northeast Louisiana. But rainfall amounts, if there are any, will be light. So far, not any rain has affected us here today. Here are your averages and records for this day. Normal high in Shreveport. Normal high is 86. Normal low is 63. 100 degrees is the record high set on this date back in 1953. 43 is the record low set on this date back in 1942. And we're not seeing any watches or warnings here on this Friday night. Of course, there's a few intermittent showers that are being found in portions of Arkansas, extending all the way down into portions of southern Arkansas, but not here in the immediate Shreveport-Bossier area. You'll probably have to go like along I-20, just about past the Minden area. I-20 east past the Minden area and find the nearest shower. But other than that, these are intermittent spotty showers. Nothing too major. This is coming from the back, from the lingering effects of Helene. So basically, not much is happening here on the Shreveport radar. But what you're finding on the regional radar is that you see this heavy rain. Then of course, you see this pockets and bands of heavy rain being found in portions of central and northern Arkansas, and northeastern Arkansas, the portions of southwest Missouri, and portions of Illinois, Indiana, and also most portions of Kentucky and Tennessee. This is what's been associated with what has become tropical depression Helene. This is all associated with which is now tropical depression Helene. I'll have more about Helene in just a few minutes. This is what's known as tropical depression Helene. Has been downgraded from what was a very catastrophic and dangerous Category 4 storm. This is what's been left over with Helene. And of course, that's what you're seeing right there, the remnants of tropical storm and tropical depression Helene. It's been such a wild and bumpy start to the day. And here, once again, it turned out to be rather breezy day at times. Also, it turned out to be a rather peaceful day with not much in the way of cloud coverage. We've actually had some of a bit more sunshine today than yesterday. So today, like yesterday, turned out to be a delightful, such a very nice and peaceful, very nice and delightful, very nice and peaceful and delightful Friday. Very nice, peaceful, delightful, rather comfortable, just a fantastic Friday. Or should I consider it fall-tastic? So, perfect fall weather. We start off low, so we've had some of the coolest temperatures of the season so far. Lows were drilling in the low 60s. So we start off this morning with low temperatures just about right at average, but today's high temperature of 86 degrees. That's just a couple degrees above our normal high temperature is now 86 degrees. So today we reached a high temperature of 88 degrees. So we're just a couple degrees above normal. But it looks like that. But the next several days we have very warm temperatures in the forecast, and unfortunate but not much rain on the way. But and of course I will give you guys the tropic update. So we've had just such an enjoyable Friday, just peaceful weather, just not really too much in the way of clouds, but just mostly clear skies. Well, it's been absolutely perfect for area high school football games tonight. Just a perfect conclusion to the work week. We know we have the annual Red River Rebel happening in town. Starts tomorrow at Festival Plaza. Should be fantastic and beautiful and nice weather for it. And of course we'll have the LSU game happening tomorrow night down in Baton Rouge. Excuse me. Temperature outside here on this Friday night is 73 degrees with mostly clear skies. Winds are from the west at 12 miles per hour. Humidity is 53%. Dew point is 55 degrees. Dew points in the 50s. You just cannot beat that, can you? That means with low humidity in place, that means that we have plenty of dry area in place. So low temperatures again are expected or permitted to drop well into the 60s tonight. We have another delightful and peaceful start to the day tomorrow. Just another delightful and peaceful start to the weekend. Helene continues to bring heavy winds, rains, and flooding impacts. Post-tropical storm Helene will bring locally heavy rainfall with some isolated flash flooding to portions of the Ohio and Tennessee valleys. Widespread moderate and isolated major river flooding is ongoing and forecast to continue across the southeast and southern mid-Atlantic into next week. So we saw the gradual dissipations of Helene, but I do want to talk to you guys about two additional tropical systems. So here's a recap of Hurricane Helene as it is showing gradual signs of dissipation. Hurricane Helene was a large, destructive, and fast-moving Atlantic hurricane that was the strongest to strike the Big Bend. Hurricane Helene was a large, destructive, and fast-moving Atlantic hurricane that was the strongest to strike the Big Bend region of Florida on record. The eighth named storm, fifth hurricane, and second major hurricane of the 2024 Atlantic hurricane season, Helene developed from a broad area of low pressure in the western Caribbean Sea in late September, and that the National Hurricane Center first began watching just 10 days ago. That will be last Tuesday, September 17th. By Tuesday of this week, which is the 24th, just this past Tuesday, the disturbance had consolidated enough to become a tropical storm as it approached the Yucatan Peninsula, receiving the name Helene. Favorable conditions led to the cyclone's gradual intensification, and it became a hurricane early during the day on Wednesday. It was either late Tuesday night, early Wednesday. More pronounced and eventually rapid intensification ensued as Helene traversed the Gulf of Mexico. The following that will be reaching Category 4 intensity on Thursday evening, September 26th. Actually, it was last night. Later that same day, Helene made landfall at peak intensity in the Big Bend region of Florida, near the city of Perry, with maximum sustained winds of 140 miles per hour. In advance of Helene's expected landfall, the governors of Florida and Georgia declared states of emergency due to the significant impacts expected, including very high storm surge and hurricane force gusts as far inland as Atlanta. Helene has also caused catastrophic rainfall, triggered flooding, particularly in western North Carolina. Hurricane warnings also extend further inland. As of today, a total of 46 direct and indirect deaths have been attributed to Helene. So areas mostly affected. So we've seen 45 fatalities. So here's Helene, some of the facts about Helene by the numbers. So this storm formed on September 24th, and it has become extra tropical as of today, Friday, September 27th. Helene, so the highest winds at 140 were at 140 miles per hour, 27.7 inches of barometric pressure, 45 fatalities there have been 45 fatalities, and the damage is still unknown. Areas affected: Yucatan Peninsula, Honduras, Cayman Islands, Cuba, the southeastern United States. These states include Florida, Alabama, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky, Ohio, West Virginia, and Indiana. So this is a there have been impacts caused by this storm. Here's a gradual. I believe I was showing you guys this in last night's video about the Helene at peak intensity just prior to landfall in the Big Bend region. This is actually last night. And now let's discuss with the other tropical systems that are currently active. So Isaac has strengthened to become a hurricane. Hurricane Isaac is a Category 1 hurricane. And here's the very latest on Hurricane Isaac. Here's Hurricane Isaac. On Wednesday, the National Hurricane Center noted, on Wednesday of this week, the National Hurricane Center noted that a non-tropical low over the on Wednesday of this week, the National Hurricane Center noted that a non-tropical low over the open Atlantic could transition into a tropical cyclone. As showers and thunderstorms associated with the low consolidated, the low detached from a frontal boundary a few hours later. As a result, it zoomed transition into Tropical Storm Isaac earlier during the day yesterday, on Thursday. Earlier today, Isaac organized further and became a hurricane earlier today on September 27th. Helene is now a post-tropical cyclone. So Helene is no longer an active system. So again, Helene has become the season's second major hurricane. Has become the season's second major hurricane. So here's the very latest on Category 1 Hurricane Isaac. So Hurricane Isaac is currently a Category 1 hurricane, located approximately 890 miles from the Azores. Its maximum sustained winds are 85 miles per hour with wind gusts as high as 100 miles per hour. This system is moving from the east-northeast at 18 miles per hour and barometric pressure is at 28.85 inches of mercury. And that's the very latest on Isaac. And now we also want to introduce you guys to another tropical system. This is also known as Tropical Storm Joyce. Just last Sunday, a tropical wave moved off the coast of West. Just last Sunday, a tropical wave moved off the coast of West Africa, initially producing disorganized showers and thunderstorms. The wave tracked to a generally favorable environment for development. A broad low-pressure area formed along the wave, producing increasingly convective activity. Sometime earlier today, midway between the Leeward Islands and Cabo Verde, the disturbance began gale-force winds and developed into Tropical Storm Joyce the same day. That would have been earlier today, Tropical Storm Joyce. So we're done with Helene. We now have Isaac and we also have Joyce, but it appears And also, then the next storm on the list would receive the name Kirk. Here's the latest on Hurricane Joyce, on Tropical Storm Joyce. Currently, Tropical Storm Joyce is located at 1,205 miles from the northern leeward. Currently, Tropical Storm Joyce is located approximately 1,200. Currently, Tropical Storm Joyce is located approximately 1,205 miles from the northern Leeward Islands. Its maximum sustained winds are 50 miles per hour with gusts up to 65 miles per hour. This system is moving from the northwest at 15 miles per hour and barometric pressure is at 29.62 inches of mercury. So that's your latest update. Of course, every named storm in the Atlantic, I will give you guys an update on it throughout the season. We are always watching intertropics, and it looks like we could another potentially tropical low could form in the Gulf sometime next week. I will keep you guys posted on it throughout the weekend. Of course, definitely I will keep you guys posted on it throughout next week. And it should be affecting our neck of the woods by this time, at some point during this time next week. I will for sure keep you guys posted on what has happened with the next tropical system. Could it receive the name Kirk? So the tropics, even though we're more than 2 weeks past the peak date, as we head into late September, just a few days from starting off October, the tropics are really brewing. More like what we typically see on average during the month of August. So the tropics are in no hurry to let up. We've had one named storm either yesterday or the day before, and we've had another named storm just today. But again, our condolences, prayers, and thoughts go out to the ones that have been affected by Hurricane Helene, especially along the Florida Gulf Coast and impacting portions of the states of Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, Kentucky, and among a few others across the southeast region. So it's going to take. So the number of power outages are very. They're so out. They're just out there. There's over thousands and thousands of customers along the southeast impacted by Helene without power tonight. I know some football games, some weekend events may either have to be postponed or canceled due to destruction caused by Helene. So we just have to reach out to our loved ones along the southeastern U.S. that has been largely affected by the hurricane. Now, let's get back home and talk about your local weather here. So tonight, no much of need to worry with any tropical system, not even Helene. Tonight, with partly cloudy skies, we should expect it to bottom out to low temperature 67 degrees with the west-northwest wind at 9 miles per hour. The northerly winds we have in place, this one's going to make things feel more comfortable. We were in the low 60s earlier this morning, so tomorrow morning may not be, it'll still be a seasonally mild start today, but may not be quite as cool as we were this morning. So tonight with partly cloudy skies, we should bottom at 67 degrees with the west-northwest wind at 9 miles per hour. We're not expecting any rain. Tomorrow, going to your Saturday, of course, tomorrow should be, tomorrow, for those of you going to be in town tomorrow, we have the annual, I believe it's the 48th annual Red River Revel, which begins tomorrow at Festival Plaza. If you're making plans to attend it, should be a great day. Should be a great day for it. It will be a warm day with a mix of clouds and sunshine as we top out with a high temperature of 89 degrees with the northwest wind at 9 miles per hour, and we're not expecting any rain. It's just going to be a dry and rather seasonally warm start to the weekend. So dry and seasonally warm start to the warm start to the weekend. And of course, do not forget, tomorrow night is the tomorrow night is the for those of you, of course, tomorrow, and of course heading down to the LSU game in Baton Rouge tomorrow evening. Expect partly cloudy skies with a high temperature of 92 degrees for those of you. And of course, the kickoff game tomorrow. And of course, I'll have Of course, tomorrow, of course, I believe at 6:45 p.m. is when South Alabama will face LSU. For those of you that's heading to the LSU game tomorrow night. Here's a preview of how conditions are shaping to be just in time for LSU game. So around kickoff time tomorrow, expect a temperature of 87 degrees with mostly sunny skies. 7 p.m. tomorrow evening, skies will be mostly clear with a temperature of 84 degrees. Skies will become clear with the temperature of 80 degrees around 8 p.m. tomorrow night, and skies will be clear tomorrow night at around 9 p.m. the temperature of 77 degrees. So, a great day for those of you heading down south for the LSU game versus Southern Alabama. The LSU game versus Southern Alabama, which is set to take place tomorrow evening at 6:45 p.m. Okay, so now here's what your weather's looking like here at home. So skies should generally be mostly clear with partly cloudy overnight tonight with lows dropping into the 60s. We'll start off tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. the temperature 67 degrees with partly cloudy skies. 9 a.m. tomorrow with partly cloudy skies, we should be at 73 degrees. Noon tomorrow with partly cloudy skies, we should be at 84 degrees. 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, we're up to 84 degrees with partly cloudy skies. 6 p.m. tomorrow evening with partly cloudy skies, we should be at 85 degrees. 9 p.m. tomorrow night, skies become mostly clear with the temperature of 77 degrees. So another nice, seasonally warm day with temperatures warming to the upper 80s. Of course, I'll let you guys know, but it looks like that we could once again be seeing temperatures getting close to 90. Thought we were done with summer? Think again. So here's what the next 7 to 10 days have in store for us. After low temperatures tonight, 67 degrees with partly cloudy skies. That's a few degrees warmer than what our normal low temperature should be this time of year. Tomorrow, of course, the last weekend of September, officially the first full week in the fall. Officially the first full week in the fall. The last weekend of September. I mean, we may have a fall-like start to the day with lows in the 60s, but it will be a rather more summer-like with daytime highs topping in the 80s, in the upper 80s at least. So tomorrow, going into your Saturday, of course, we have the annual Red River Revel here in town. And of course, I've already given you the forecast of what to expect for the LSU game tomorrow night. So tomorrow, with partly cloudy skies, we should be up. So tomorrow it will be a warm day for us with partly cloudy skies. High of 89, low of 67. Winds will be from the northwest at 9 miles per hour. We're not expecting any rain. Now going to your Sunday, closing out the weekend. Of course, do not forget this Sunday we have the Saints and the Falcons. So for Sunday, with partly cloudy, it will be partly cloudy and warm for your Sunday. High of 89, low of 66. Winds will be from the northwest at 8 miles per hour. We're not expecting any rain. Now going to your Monday. It will be very warm with most sunny skies. High of 92, low of 65. Winds will be from the north at 4 miles per hour, and no rain is expected for your Monday. Tuesday, of course, Monday's the last day of September. Tuesday will mark the first day of October. It will be a very warm day for us with sunshine. High of 95, low of 67. Winds will be from the north at 6 miles per hour. We're not expecting any rain. Wednesday, it will be warm with plenty of sunshine. High of 89, low of 64. Winds will be from the northeast at 7 miles per hour. Chance of rain and no rain is expected. Thursday, it will be a very warm day for us with plenty of sunshine. High of 90, low of 66. Winds will be from the east at 6 miles per hour. Chance of rain not more than 10%. Then by next Friday, we close out next week. It will be warm and humid with mostly sunny skies. High of 87, maybe a slight chance of a shower or two possible by late next week. Maybe a slight chance of a shower, thunderstorm or two possible by late next week. It will be mostly sunny. Maybe a slight chance of a shower, thunderstorm or two possible next week. High of 87, low of 68. Winds will be from the east at 6 miles per hour. I'm going to put your rain chance for next Friday, a week from today, at a 20%. And it looks like we're going to the start of next weekend. We have highs in mid-80s with partly cloudy skies, no rain expected. Then we gradually warm right back up into the low 90s with mostly sunny skies. Highs will be in the low 90s for next Sunday, October, which is October 6th. And we get into the start of the following week, which will be Monday the 7th. With partly cloudy skies, so the chance of showers and thunderstorms is possible. Highs will be in the mid-80s, chance of rain 30%. So, last weekend of September, it looks like we're going to be getting into the next few days totally summer-like. So each of the next 7 and 10 days, we're going to see so normal high is 86. So it looks like each of the next 7 and 10 days, each of the next several days, we will see the return of above normal temperatures, and eventually we'll start to heat. Eventually during the day, we're going to start to heat things up. As it looks like we're going to have a rather dry ending to September, and we're going to close out the month of September on a dry note. More than likely, we're going to close out the month of September on a dry note and begin October on a rather, dry note as well. So since we missed out on some of the rains associated with Helene, it appears that each of the next 7 and 10 days we're not expecting much of any rain. Maybe a slight chance or two possible late next week. I'll let you. That's the earliest that I have rain chances in the forecast, arriving sometime late next week. So we'll have highs in the upper 80s each day, both tomorrow and Sunday. We'll have highs in the upper 80s each day, both tomorrow, which is Saturday. For the entire weekend, we should have high temperatures in the upper 80s. Would not be surprised if either of the 2 days we're to top it at 90 degrees. So we will have high temperatures in the upper 80s each day, both your Saturday and your Sunday. So of course the weather should be perfect for any outdoor activities. Should be a perfect weekend for any outdoor activities. And we also a great day to head down to Baton Rouge to check out the LSU game tomorrow night as they host South Alabama. So just entirely. So again, we'll have highs in the upper 80s for both tomorrow and Sunday for the entire weekend. Should be a great weekend. Of course, and then of course we warm to the low to mid 90s for both Monday and Tuesday. Then we'll ease back into the upper 80s, close to around 90 for the remainder of next week for Wednesday, Thursday, and perhaps next Friday. The highs each of those 3 days top out in the upper 80s to close to near 90 degrees. So each of the next 7 and 10 days we will see temperatures above normal. So we'll start to see above normal temperatures for the next 7 days. We'll see temperatures above normal. So expect above normal temperatures. So a warm ending to September and a rather warm start to October. Now your rain chances. We're not going to see now if you're looking for rainfall, probably have to wait at least another week before we see any. So we're not expecting any rain for tomorrow from tomorrow for the entire weekend all the way through at least Thursday of next week. It looks like the best rain chances I have. So no rain at all is expected between tomorrow, which is Saturday, all the way through Wednesday of next week. Then by Thursday, I'm going to put in maybe a 10% chance, but not, and then 20% chance by next Friday. As of right now, by the end of next week, I'm not counting on anything much. So it looks like the effects of the lingering effects from Helene is what's pushing drier and modified and slightly drier with seasonally warm temperatures in the forecast with drier and lower dew points and humidity. Low humidity is drying, making conditions more comfortable and pleasant. So totally September-like. So of course, after all, it is fall, and of course so I'll let you guys know when we could see our official true cold front. So no signs of any seriously true fall cold fronts to arrive yet. So what a great weekend. So not nice weather over the next several days too. We have several days of sunshine. Only thing we have partly cloudy skies for both tomorrow and Sunday, and then we'll have more sunshine as we go into next week. Lots of sunshine, beautiful weather. Maybe a slight chance of rain by the time we close out next week. So weather's looking absolutely great for the entire weekend. No rain expected. And now, of course, it's been another exciting Friday evening along the. And here's a. Of course, it's been another exciting evening with the high school football games on this Friday night. So here's tonight. Excuse me. So Halton 56, Huntington 56, Halton 27. Haynesville 51, Plain-Dealing 0. North DeSoto 38, Northwood 20. North DeSoto 38, Northwood 21. Minden 28, Woodlawn 6. Huntington 56, Halton 27. Union Parish 28, Green Oak 0. Let's see. Well, let's see if I can get to the bottom of that page to load. Okay, White Castle 48, Red River 30. North Carolina 46, Magnolia School of Excellence 6. Calvary Baptist 56, DR Bun Woods 7. Homeward 32, North Webster 22. Lake Charles Prep 55, Mansfield 34. Loyola 50, Southwood 0. Parkway 40, Natchitoches Central 12. C.E. Bird 35, Johnny Red 14. Captain Shreve 53, Benton 35. My Captain Shreve Gage, my alma mater, has won tonight's high school football matchup versus the Benton Tigers, 53-35. Airline 47, Evangel Christian 42. Of course, that's all your high school football that I have for you guys for tonight here in Louisiana. And of course, do not forget, next Friday it's gonna be super big. Homecoming, both the Captain Shreve Gators, my alma mater, and also Calvary Baptist. The homecomings is next Friday for both schools. Next Friday, October 4. Do not forget. Now, of course, here's a preview of your college football matchups for tomorrow. Here's a preview of your college football set for tomorrow, Saturday, September 28th. So tomorrow morning at 11 on ESPN, number 20th ranked Oklahoma State will face 20th ranked Oklahoma State will face 23rd ranked Kansas State. Tomorrow morning at 11 on ESPN. 20th ranked Oklahoma State will face 23rd ranked Kansas State. Also tomorrow morning 11 on Fox. Minnesota will face 12th ranked Michigan. And Nebraska will face Purdue also tomorrow at 11. On ABC, Kentucky will face 6th ranked Ole Miss, undefeated. Also tomorrow afternoon at 2:30 p.m. Wisconsin at 2:30 p.m. on CBS. Wisconsin will face 13th ranked USC. Also tomorrow afternoon at 2:30 p.m., 21st ranked Oklahoma will face Auburn. Also tomorrow afternoon at 2:30 p.m., Arkansas will face 24th ranked Texas A&M on ESPN. Also on Peacock, 15th ranked Louisville will face 15th ranked Louisville, which is undefeated, will face 16th ranked Notre Dame. Also tomorrow afternoon at 2:30 p.m. on Fox, Colorado will face UCF. And of course, on ESPN tomorrow evening at 6, Stanford will face 17th ranked Clemson. And also tomorrow evening at 6:30 p.m. on Peacock, 3rd ranked Ohio State undefeated will face Michigan State. Also 19th ranked Illinois will face 9th ranked Penn State on NBC. Both schools are undefeated. Tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m., 2nd ranked Georgia will face 4th ranked Alabama. Both schools are 3-0. on ABC. Tomorrow night, 6:45 p.m. South Alabama, LSU with 14th ranked LSU will be at home to host South Alabama, the South Alabama Jaguars. Tomorrow night at 6:45 p.m. on the SEC Network. Tomorrow night at 9:15, Arizona will face 10th ranked Utah, undefeated Utah Utes. Also tomorrow night at 10 on Fox, 8th ranked Oregon, also undefeated, will face UCLA. Of course, UCLA is the team that played LSU last season. Last weekend. So once again, this week's SEC games. So we have Kentucky and Ole Miss that will be televised on ABC. Kentucky and Ole Miss, Oklahoma and Auburn, Mississippi State and top-ranked Texas, #1 ranked Texas, Mississippi State and Texas. That game's tomorrow afternoon, 3:15 p.m. on the SEC Network. Also, Georgia and Alabama tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Also on the SEC Network, South Alabama and LSU. So that's a preview of all your college football. And of course, we go into the week 4 of the 2024 NFL season. And of course, last night, the Dallas Cowboys got in their second victory of the season as they defeated the New York Giants. Final score 20-15. Now here are your selected NFL games for week 4 with NFL week 4 games. The New Orleans Saints will face the Atlanta Falcons tomorrow at noon. Sunday at noon, the New Orleans Saints will face the Atlanta Falcons. And that game will be televised on Fox. Also Sunday at noon, we have undefeated Minnesota and Green Bay. Also Sunday at noon, we have undefeated Pittsburgh and Indianapolis. And also Sunday afternoon at 3:25 p.m. on CBS, undefeated Kansas City Chiefs will face the Los Angeles Chargers, their AFC West rivals. Sunday night at 7:20 p.m. on NBC, undefeated Buffalo Bills will take over the Baltimore Ravens. Monday, of course, this coming Monday night, we have 2 Monday night games. Tennessee on ESPN, Monday night at 6:30 p.m., the Tennessee Titans and the Miami Dolphins. Also Monday night at 7:15 p.m. on ABC, the Seattle Seahawks and the Detroit Lions. So if you'll pardon me if I made tonight's Facebook Live video so long, I was just watching my alma mater win over Benton, 53-35, Captain Street Gators. So if you're, I do appreciate you bearing with me for getting tonight's Facebook Live video complete. I just wanted to give you guys some detail, just so much information, especially when it comes to football season. Of course, we've been tracking Helene. So again, Helene, as we know, is now in post-tropical depression. Of course, she's done her damage across the Florida Gulf Coast late last night. And earlier today, making its way northward across Georgia. And of course, Georgia and Tennessee, and making its way further northward into Kentucky. That's what with Helene. So we've seen the worst of Helene. And of course, it's going to be lots of cleanup. It's going to take some time for residents across her path to recover to get the power back on. It's going to take at least weeks' time. So you need to keep those in our prayers. And also, so keep those victims of Hurricane Helene in our prayers. And of course, I will keep you guys updated on any tropical systems. We have Isaac and Joyce, and neither one of those seems to be making an imminent threat to make any major landfall. So we've had 2 hurricane seasons, with 2 major hurricanes that both made landfall along the Gulf Coast this season. I will keep you guys posted throughout the weekend if whatever develops, and of course we're expecting nice weather, seasonally warm weather for the entire weekend, with highs reaching the upper 80s. If you're making your way out to the Great River Revel, because that starts tomorrow, of course we should have great weather for it with sunshine. Get out there and enjoy the arts exhibits, the arts and the food, and the live music shows. This year's Red River Road will be certainly one you will not want to miss. I wish I had time to give you guys some info on it, but I will try to in my video with you guys tomorrow night. If not my weekend video with you guys tomorrow night, then I will probably have it up for you guys Monday night. And also, do not forget, we have South Alabama and LSU, and also have the New Orleans Saints taking over the Atlanta Falcons. So tomorrow evening at 6:35 p.m. we have South Alabama and LSU, and also we have the New Orleans Saints taking over the Atlanta Falcons on Sunday. So it should be a great weekend with no rain expected. And also, I have another keep you guys updated on what to expect for as we go into I will have a preview in tomorrow night's video. I have a preview of what to expect as we go into the upcoming work week as we start next week. With, of course, we have a dry and very warm start to next week with highs reaching the 90s, and looks like the earliest I see a rain chance development. We may, of course, there's no chance for any expected until at least by the time we get into next Friday. So likewise, a week from today is our next best chance of seeing any rain. So probably have to wait at least another week and possibly a little over a week to see our next best chance of rain. So that basically all that I want to share with you guys in tonight's video, and I sincerely hope you folks have had a truly blessed and wonderful week, and I hope your weekend goes the same. And let us not forget our victims that have been affected by Hurricane Helene as a very dangerous, powerful, and dangerous Category 4 storm. Let us keep those victims in our prayers. And once again, we have a warm weekend set up, and with highs in the upper 80s both tomorrow and Sunday. Warm weekend with a warm and dry weekend with no rain expected. And then we see even warmer temperatures reaching the 90s as we go into next week. Highs reaching the 90s going into mainly through at least the first half, at least through most of next, through at least the first half of next week with still no rain. So, and of course, do not forget football. So once again, we have. So that basically was all that I've been wanting to share with you guys here on this Friday night. That would basically be everything that I want to share with you guys here on this Friday night. And I have the very latest updates on the tropical systems that we have out there, what is happening in the tropics, as well as with the weather, what to expect for the remainder of the week, and also as we go into the start of next week. So that would just about wrap up everything I want to share with you guys here on this Friday night. Once again, my name is Felton Parker. I'm officially signing off here finally on this Friday night. You guys have a good night. Sleep peacefully. Take care of yourselves and each other. Have a blessed weekend. Most of all, remain blessed and stay safe. Thank you.